Hey guys, welcome to season 2, episode 8 of the Tech Check. Before we begin, here's a word from our sponsor.
Today's sponsor is Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. It has creation tools that allows you to create and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. Anchor also distributes your podcast for you on multiple platforms such as Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can make money with no minimum listenership, and everything is in one place to create a podcast. Download Anchor on the App Store or Play Store, or you can go to anchor.fm to create your podcast today.
All right, guys, welcome back to episode 8 of the Tech Check. Today we're going to be talking about cloud gaming. So, Vinay, what do you got for us today?
All right, so in this episode, we'll probably just talk about um, basically the history of cloud gaming and some information about two of the most, prominent softwares in this industry, such as Google Stadia and Project Tempo. All right, so I guess to get started, one of you guys, what is Google Stadia?
Well, I think people have already heard of NVIDIA, like GeForce Now. So it's literally that, but from Google, honestly. So yeah, a bunch of other like platforms are like expanding to cloud gaming, and I think people are like pretty well aware since GeForce Now came out last year, I believe. For anyone who's not aware, it's basically you can play any game you want on your phone or
You
computer.
can play on your phone.
Yeah, you can play some on your phone too, regardless of specs. So it really basically what it does is it streams the game onto your computer. So you see like the game on your computer, but the actual game is being run on like a different computer. So Google Stadia is like, I guess, Google's attempt to, switch over to cloud gaming. And I think Razer Cortex might have been one of the first ones, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, cloud gaming has been a thing since E3 back in 2000. It's just steadily progressed over time. We've had OnLive in March 2010. We had Gaykai in 2012. Then NVIDIA actually created Grid, which is now called GeForce Now, in 2013. And then there's stuff ranging from 2017 with the French startup Blade. EA tried making something, it acquired some cloud gaming assets in 2018. Essentially, cloud gaming has been a thing for about 2 decades now, but it's actually just spiked up in prominence quite recently over the past 2-3 years. And well, at least now over the past year, we can see a higher usage of it with GeForce Now, Google Stadia, and maybe Project Tempo in the future.
Yeah, I mean, people couldn't really use it back then just because of the bandwidth it requires. You need 5G bandwidth. So without like 5 GHz bandwidth, you wouldn't really be able to play. So now, people are getting upgrading from 2.4 to 5 gigahertz bandwidth. So it's pretty, since that's being more common in like households and whatever, people can like now actually play or like use cloud gaming.
Yeah, I agree. And the one thing, which why I don't use cloud gaming software is, I don't know, this could probably be something that will change in the future, but is the price. I'm not sure how much GeForce Now is, but I think it's like $7, but I'm not 100% sure. But
Yeah.
it's $7 monthly. So,
Yeah, I don't really know the price, but I know like you can still use GeForce Now for free, but it's pretty limited. Like the
how can you use it
graphics,
for free?
like it's just a free version of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
GeForce Now
interesting.
has a free version that's limited in some games, I'm pretty sure.
I don't
But
know.
like
But if
You
you want,
none
can
of the
you
good
can.
games, right?
It doesn't matter like because GeForce Now you can only play games that you own, so you can't play like any game that you want, which is actually what I really like about GeForce Now compared to Google Stadia. Because for Google Stadia, you buy the game on Google Stadia, so you don't actually own it. You only own it through Google Stadia. So after, I don't know, let's say Google Stadia shuts down, right? And you had like a bunch of games in Google Stadia, you just can't play those games ever. Even if you were to get a gaming PC or whatever, you still would lose access to all of those games. So what I like about Google GeForce Now is that it syncs up with your Steam account and you can just like play whatever games you have on Steam. And the only downside with like the free edition, I guess, is you can only play for an hour and you also have to like wait in waiting queues. So that's what sucks. But I mean, for anyone who doesn't play for a long time or just wants to try out GeForce Now, you can still use it for free.
Yeah, if we want a price check on stream prices, I guess we can go off of Google Stadia, which is $9.99 per month, so $10 a month, which is about $120 a year, give or take, depending on tax and all that sort of stuff. But I'm not entirely sure how I feel about having a gaming subscription that'll cost $10 a month for a couple years. I'm paying. I mean, I guess in the long run, it is cheaper than having a console, but still, I'm not sure how you guys feel about that pricing.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like from my experience, since I can like since I have a gaming PC, I think it's literally just a waste of money because unlike consoles, you don't really like constantly need to be upgrading your PC every year, I guess. So you'd end up saving a lot more money. And honestly, from a console perspective, I don't think like you don't really need to buy the next gen console like immediately because sometimes consoles or like companies just keep producing games for older consoles. Although I think now for PS4 to PS5, they just kind of like stopped really quickly for PS4. But I mean, other than that, I just don't think it's worth the money. It's way too much money.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's kind of the one problem with cloud gaming right now. But in order to be effective in the future, I think the biggest thing that it would probably have to overcome is the price. Wait, Pratham, you have GeForce, right?
Yeah, I've used GeForce Now before.
Is it like super laggy and stuff since you're streaming it?
It depends.
Like, say
So,
if you play Warzone, like, is it laggy?
I mean, I've only used it for Fortnite, like I don't know what, 2 years ago on my Mac. But
Okay.
yeah, I used to play it at home, and it wasn't like that bad because I have 5 gigahertz bandwidth, but it was just kind of like you could feel like an input delay, kind of, I guess. So like when you were moving, it was just kind of slightly delayed, and it was just weird since it wasn't like on like my actual hardware that I was playing with, so it didn't seem very responsive.
Mhm.
But yeah, other than that, I think it's pretty good for people who don't have a console or a computer.
Yeah, what I'm worried about is that there might be some connectivity issues when it comes to cloud gaming. I'm not sure um, if I mean I've heard people who've had connectivity problems in terms of playing with cloud gaming and sort of like you said lagging out or having input problems due to the fact that the game's on another piece of hardware who knows where. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's but yeah, no, I digress. One question that I have is why do you guys think that Xbox Game Pass and PS Now, which are also cloud gaming subscriptions, except with Xbox and PS4, Xbox and PlayStation respectively, why do you guys think those are more prevalent compared to uh, you know Google Stadia or GeForce Now and stuff?
Wait, Xbox Game Pass is a cloud gaming service?
I know PS Now is considered a cloud gaming service. I'm not entirely sure about Xbox Game Pass, but
Like
still.
like by streaming wise?
I think so. I'm not sure if it's literally streaming or if you just get access to a ton of games.
About the PlayStation Now games, it isn't really streaming in a sense. Basically, it is instant access to a game library where you have a ton of games where you can basically download it on demand and onto your like PlayStation. I believe there is a streaming option, but most people typically don't use it and they just download and play the game. I know as a PS4 user right now, I don't use it, and I don't really think that many people use it either, just because of the games list on it. Like there aren't really that many good games, so I don't think it's too successful. But those are just my thoughts.
Yeah, it's like the same for Xbox Game Pass. You basically, it's like what? It's actually pretty cheap, I think. It's not too
Nah, it's the
expensive.
same price as Google Stadia.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, no, yeah, I was looking at the deal because like they usually run deals where it's like $1 per month. And I was like, all right. But yeah, Xbox Game Pass is literally the same, except the only thing I hate about both of those services is that once you're unsubscribed, you lose access to every game. So
Yeah, I mean, that's the same. I was just doing some quick research, and yes, I guess that's the same when it comes to projects like Google Stadia and stuff too, right? So, I mean, it's there. But some Google searches told me that essentially they are technically cloud gaming services, but sort of a mixture of giving you access to a library and cloud gaming, because all of the data for the games are stored on a cloud, and then they're brought onto your console. Yeah, I mean, at least with PS Now, it's a service that allows members to stream PlayStation 2, PS3, PS4 games, all on PS4 and PS5 and PC. So I guess it is kind of a cloud gaming service, but whether it's a cloud gaming service or not is besides the point. Um, I mean, again, I only find it a bit more effective than Google Stadia, if it isn't more effective at all, because of the fact that lots of people already have the consoles, and it's just kind of you know, building off of the fact that, oh, you have these consoles, now you can play a ton more games if you pay for the subscription, sort of thing.
I mean,
Right. And in that sense, I guess Google Stadia is the better option compared to PS Now and Xbox Game Pass, because you need to have the consoles to play them, right? So
mhm.
yeah.
Have you guys heard of Microsoft xCloud?
no.
No.
All right, well, basically, this is like Microsoft's Xbox cloud gaming service, and there's like a lot of hype about it, and it's also cross-platform. I'm pretty sure for like every game, at least. I'm not sure. Never mind. I'm not sure if it's cross-platform, but basically, Microsoft is having its own cloud gaming service. Do you guys think that like it'll become more popular like in the future as they have a lot better games than they currently do now with like PS Now and whatever Xbox's version of it is?
I mean, its main competitors are Google Stadia, GeForce Now, and I don't know. I remember there being another one, but I don't remember what it's called. But yeah, I mean, it depends. If it's like another subscription or like, another service where you lose all the games after, you unsubscribe, I don't
I
really
think
think
you're gonna
it's
keep it because it's like it's an Xbox thing, right? So if you have an Xbox, maybe you get to keep the games, I guess.
No, you don't. It's
Oh dang,
I'm pretty sure you lose it after you stop paying for it.
dang, that
yeah.
sucks.
That's the only reason why I don't really like any other cloud gaming like, service other than
I mean,
GeForce Now.
all cloud gaming services, at least the paid versions, are like that. The free versions of Stadia and GeForce Now, they just allow you to play what games you already have.
GeForce Stadia doesn't have a free version.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I mean, I tried signing up for it and it just made me pay.
Oh, well,
It's a free
never mind.
trial, but you have to.
Okay. Well, regardless of whether Google Stadia has a free tier or not, um, the fact that you have to keep on paying for the Microsoft xCloud, I mean, and if you don't, you just keep losing the games, even with all the other paid versions of other uh, streaming services. It's just kind of annoying, the fact that you don't ever keep the game.
Yeah.
Um, But that being said, that's the whole niche part of cloud gaming, so you can't really take that away either. So I'm not sure if this is like a problem with cloud gaming itself, or if it's something that, and it's gonna be something that gamers who use cloud gaming are gonna have to get used to. But I mean, I feel like this is a problem. If you, it's gonna be a niche problem that's always gonna be there with cloud gaming.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to get into cloud gaming, honestly, if you don't like the fact that you're gonna lose all your games, just subscribe to GeForce Now because you're not gonna lose your games. You can actually keep the games even after you unsubscribe because you're buying it from Steam and you're playing it from Steam, so you're not gonna actually lose any of them.
Yeah, and then there's, on a side note, there's also Project Tempo, which is Amazon's new cloud gaming service, supposedly. And it's going to be interesting to see how that comes in and how it ties in with like Prime Gaming and streaming, like literal streaming, video games to other people. On that endpoint, if there's going to be any special connection between the two, or whether people use Prime Gaming are going to get discount with Project Tempo or stuff like that. So it's going to be an interesting thing to watch out for.
Yeah. I honestly think Project Tempo will be really successful. Like I think it'll probably change a lot of gaming just because Amazon's been pretty successful in almost like every industry so far. Like I just don't see the run ending. Like I mean the fundamental concepts of cloud gaming kind of sucks, but I feel like Amazon would probably fix it. But I don't know how, but that's just my hunch.
Yeah, let's see if the nice hunch comes true.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure whether necessarily to follow that, because again, I don't think cloud gaming is gonna really hook on until the technology gets better, the business model gets better for cloud gaming. So I mean, unless Amazon changes something in both those categories, I don't really see much happening.
Yeah, I mean, cloud gaming isn't something where it's like very technology dependent because it's kind of simple. We really have the technology right now to do it.
Yeah.
It's just like if people want to do it or not. Because it's pretty easy to just like, stream a game onto your computer now just because everyone has like pretty decent Wi-Fi. So, I mean, it's
Yeah,
not very
I mean,
technology dependent.
technology-wise, I was saying, meaning that cloud gaming users actually, have access to computers or anything really that can actually power the game properly. So
Yeah.
I guess making it from what I meant by technology was, making it more accessible to people who have less powerful devices on
Hmm.
them. But I think that's it from us. If anybody wants to comment or talk about Vinay's hot take about Amazon's Project Tempo, let us know in the comments or on social media or something. If you want to sign up to be a guest speaker, check out our website. All the stuff should be on there. But on that note, thank you guys for listening, and see you on the next one.